This is Hranice in the Czech Republic, and here we have a view of the old town. And to start off with, we have something which is normally hidden, a synagogue. Now normally you've got to find them down back streets or something like this, but this one is making a point. It's big and it's bold, and it looks like a castle or a cathedral. It was built in 1864. And normally a synagogue will be facing Jerusalem. This one isn't. But never mind when you've got such a brilliant position like this. There we see the church, which is in the town square, and the panorama continues as you walk around here. Inside the preserved synagogue at Hranice in the Czech Republic. This was built in 1860 and it served as a synagogue until 1940, but as early as 1943 it was used as a museum, so it was saved. There's not much left to remind one that it was a synagogue, but at least we can tell that it was, I think. Great deal of light in here, now being used as an exhibition for art, and me not knowing about art, I'm unable to say anything about it. Looks a bit odd to me, but at least the synagogue, the building, has been saved. This is the part for the ladies in an Orthodox synagogue. In the Reform, it's everybody together. I find the amount of light to be amazing. Of course, it's a very nice sunny day, which helps. As we leave, there's this enormous key. So you can see some of the walls, fortifications of Hranice, and there's the castle. The castle dates to the 14th century. Although I think what we can see here is mainly 15th, 16th and 17th centuries. The town hall. Fantastic design. Wonderful use of light. This is Janáčkova, which was the former Jewish street. Now, in what is today Czech Republic, there could be problems between the local Czech population and those who identify themselves as being Germans, that is to say Austrians. And Jews, as a general rule, spoke German rather than Czech as their first language, and this could create tension. Now the synagogue is here on the right, or straight ahead I should say, it will be on the right. And in front of us will be the main square. So the church was finished in 1763, the original design was 1752. It's named after the beheading of John the Baptist, and it completely dominates the square. Now, I mentioned conflicts earlier. Now, this area had been part of the Habsburg domain for many years. In 1627, there were 2 people executed somewhere around where I am now, where the pillories once stood, for their part in a revolt against the Habsburgs. And furthermore, more people were executed just outside the town. Now, often when we think of the fall of the Habsburgs, the Austro Hungarian Empire in 1918, we think of the Czechs, the Czech legions. Now, maybe I'm jumping ahead far too much here, but personally I don't believe that the Czech legions were made up of people from the Czech lands when they were founded in 1914. Certainly by the end of the war they were, but not at the beginning. Anyway, I came off the subject there, and I'll come back onto that at another time when I'm talking about the First World War, because I've a lot to say on that subject. That's the town hall building, 16th century in its origin, and the houses we see around, I think, will largely be from the 18th and 19th centuries. Built higher. Certainly when the church was built, probably most of the houses in the square were only 1 story high. So that was a quick walk around Hranice. I could have shown you much more, there's much more to say, just trying to be quick. Now I'm going back to my vehicle, and as it's a motorhome, I'm going to have something to eat. And because I'm making it myself, I know it's going to be healthy. More information on my site, www.motorhomefulltime.com.